Selamat siang, Miss Rati. Masih di rumah sakit ya? Mm-mm.
Okay, can we start? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second parallel session. And I'm Safna Anida Sidkia, and I will be the moderator and timekeeper for the session. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation is about to begin, and there will be four presenters today in this room. Each presenter will be allocated 10 minutes to present the papers, and I will remind you when it's already 8 minutes. And if you have any problem with your screen share, please contact me through the chat box. And after all presenters present their papers, and I will lead you to the question and answer session. Okay, without further ado, I call upon the first presenter to present the paper. Miss Ratih Inayah, the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Mbak Safna. But I'm sorry because I am not well. I will ask for your help to play the YouTube.
Okay, sure. Wait.
Excuse me, Miss Safna, I cannot hear the voice of this YouTube.
Sorry.
Okay, yes.
Sorry.
Integration can transform higher education by preparing him Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ratih Inayah and my student's number is 2400016. I am a doctoral student in Universitas Negeri Semarang, Prodi Ilmu Pendidikan Bahasa. Today I would like to present about promoting critical thinking and engagement through digital and media literacy in higher education. In the digital era, the ability to engage with digital technologies and media critically is essential for student success in higher education. Digital and media literacy, or DML, equips learners with the necessary skills to access, analyze, evaluate, and create content across platforms while engaging responsibly in digital environments. This study adopts a qualitative content-based approach by analyzing current frameworks and synthesizing insights from scholarly literature on digital pedagogy. Findings suggest that embedding DML across disciplines using instructional design models like TPACK and EDDI, employing collaborative tools such as Padlet and Canva, and promoting ethical media analysis can enhance critical thinking. Key barriers include inequitable access and insufficient educator training. Effective DML integration can transform higher education by preparing students for academic, professional, and civic life in the digital age. And the keywords are digital literacy, media literacy, critical thinking, higher education, and student engagement. Alright, let's continue to the introduction of this paper. The rapid advancement of digital technologies has significantly transformed how knowledge is created, distributed, and consumed, reshaping the landscape of education at all levels. In higher education, students are no longer merely passive recipients of information, they are expected to function as critical consumers, ethical producers, and active participants in a complex digital society, according to Halim et al. 2022 and Nurholis et al. 2025. Alright, and for the method of this research, this study adopts a qualitative descriptive approach, which is particularly suitable for exploring educational issues grounded in real-world contexts and synthesizing conceptual insights from a variety of scholarly sources. According to Creswell 2018, qualitative descriptive research aims to understand and interpret phenomena through systematic textual analysis rather than numerical data. And for the result and discussion of this paper, the study sought to explore how digital and media literacy, or DML, can be effectively implemented in higher education to enhance critical thinking and student engagement. Thematic analysis of current scholarly literature and classroom reflection revealed several key findings discussed below under three main areas. These findings are generally aligned with previous research, especially in the context of integrating DML to support student-centered, critical, and inclusive education. So, the first is strategic integration of digital and media literacy into curriculum, and the second result is about student-centered and critical pedagogies, and the third result is about institutional challenges and future directions. So, improve reading comprehension and rate and acquire the skills needed to read materials that vary in difficulty. So, this study explored how digital and media literacy can be effectively implemented in higher education to promote critical thinking and students' engagement. The findings highlight that successful digital media literacy integration requires not only access to technology but also intentional curriculum design, reflective pedagogy, and institutional support that address equity and educator readiness. So we can integrate the teaching and learning or instructional strategic in teaching reading and writing. We can use technology such as Padlet to make students can relate with one another. They can do cooperative learning, they can help each other, and they can do just like giving feedback to each other by using Padlet and also Canva. They can work together and they can collaborate by using such applications, and it is intended to enhance their critical thinking and also digital literacy in this 21st technology. So by doing this research, the researcher hopes that there will be preliminary research for my dissertation about digital literacy in teaching and reading in higher education, and also to explore about students' engagement. Alright, thank you very much. I hope it will be meaningful. I'm sorry if there is any weaknesses from my performance. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you for Miss Rati Inaya for the insightful presentation, and I hope you get better soon. I mean, okay.
Thank you very much for your prayer. Thank you.
Now I call upon the second presenter, Miss Indah Arfianti. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Safna, for give me time to do a presentation. And then, okay, so Ms. Safna, is it possible for me to share my PPT now?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, for this occasion, I would like to present my presentation, present the result of my research with the title of Investigating Power in Critical Literacy Pedagogy to Develop Critical Language Awareness. I am Indah Arfianti, and then my promoters are Professor Sri Wuli Fitriati, Professor Januarius Mujianto, and Pak Uji from Universitas Negeri Semarang, Indonesia. Okay, so we start, when we do a research, it must be start from the problem. And the reason why I took this topic as the research, because there is a problem in Indonesian teaching that most of the students, they still focus on traditional teaching, right? Because of that, so based on the research in 2022, Indonesia placed 54th in education among the 78 countries based on the World Population Review in 2023. And then Indonesia ranked 113th out of 993 nations in the Human Development Report. And then it is also supported by the government regulation for the students' outcome. that at the university level, the student should get an achievement of the knowledge, general skills, knowledge and skill in the workforce. And the last one is intellectual competence to think critically and independently as a lifelong learners. But the problem is most of the teacher, they just focus on knowledge and general skill. And then they left how to teach student to get the knowledge and skill in the workforce and give them intellectual competence to think critically and independently as a lifelong learners. Based on the problem, so I think that I try to make the solution for this problem. And the solution is Indonesia's low literacy rate emphasizes how crucial it is to create a formula for learning instruction. And then those tertiary level education teaching must foster the awareness or consciousness of observing the words to familiarize readers and tackle domination and power in text. So because of that, in this research, I offer to all of you the revolutionary teaching to generate critical thinker. Okay, so the reason why I choose critical literacy, because critical literacy is the literacy that assists information seekers in understanding text critically and analytically, that empowers them to read text from various points of view, change perspective that are commonly used, focus on socio-political issue, take action on text, and discover their voice and ethical responsibility to improve the world. So in critical literacy, we are not only read the text based on the literal meaning, but we can go deeper, how student can see one issue from many point of view, and they have the perspective that different from the commonly used. And they also know the issue in social and political context. Okay, the reason why we take critical literacy, because literacy is the key symbol to the societal problem, like ethnic identity. We can solve the problem of the conflict by critical literacy, and then solve the poverty, then the unemployment, immorality, hoax, and many more problems can be solved by critical literacy. Then, one of the method in critical literacy is the four-dimension model. Four-dimension model is one solution in critical literacy approach. For example, if we look at this women, so maybe we invite the student to have different point of view, but the standard of beauty. So we may in the four-dimension model, we ask the student to question the common lens. Like, why beautiful must be white? Should I put on whitening cream? As Indonesian culture, that most of the teenagers, they try to put on their whitening cream to be beautiful. And then we try to make the student to have different opinion about the beauty of standard. And then the second one is standing on another lens. We invite the student to see that the standard of beauty is not only white, slim, but they must have different point of view. And then the next one is focusing on the socio-political system. In the socio-political system, we try to dig deeper what is the social or political system in one country, and then we try to find how people see what is the standard of beautiful women, and then taking action. After we invite the student to do a critical literacy, then we hope that they can do an action, something like they have to embrace the flow you are, and or just be who you are. They have to be pride with the beauty that they have. We don't have to have the same beauty with other people. Okay, so this is the method that I use, is case study. And then the object of the research was taken from the advanced reading class of English Literature Study Program 2023-2024 academic year at a state university in Semarang. The reason why I took advanced reading because critical literacy focus more on reading. So in advanced reading, I think it is a very appropriate subject to teach critical literacy. And then the methods of data collection are observation and artifact. And then the method of data analysis is content analysis using various frameworks. Okay, then this one is the finding. Yeah, the finding is I give the student the text about Miss Universe. Okay, because usually Miss Universe, they perform the beautiful women with that standard. So in this case, I invite the student to see the Miss Universe or the standard of beauty from different point of view. Okay, and then how to teach critical literacy in advanced reading? We can use this kind of method. It means that you don't have to apply all of this one, yeah, but you can take some of this theory, some of this method, yeah, like revolutionary instructional model, and then you may use multimodal. You can take authentic material as a text, yeah. Asking critical question, you may mixing Indonesian into English, yeah, infusing digital technology, writing reflective journal, negotiating reading, discussing issue in a group. So this one is this one is the strategy to teach critical literacy, but you don't have to put all, yeah. You may take 3 or 4 methods here. Okay, and then this one is the result of teaching critical literacy. Yeah, the first one is disrupting the commonplace. Disrupting the commonplace means that students disrupt or problematize or criticize, yeah, something common in the society. So the first one is after reading the text about Miss Universe, and then they can identify how cultural contexts are portrayed. Yeah, they can identify that beautiful woman refers to the white skin, smooth faces, good-looking performance. Yeah, so they can identify how a beautiful woman is portrayed, and then they can also problematize. Okay, yeah, okay, so this one is also the result of what is it, critical literacy, yeah. Okay, maybe I can skip. And then the second one is they can see from different point of view. Yeah, they can recognize the marginalized voice. They can crafting counter narratives that beautiful is not only not also white but or slim, but it's okay for dark brown skin to be beautiful. And then the second one, the next one is focusing on the socio-political system. Yeah, they can identify the social issue and then challenging unequal power relation. Yeah, because we know that power can be observed by the social-political system. And then after we learn about critical literacy, we hope that the student can taking the action. What are the action that they can do is they can make a reflective journal in critical writing, and then they may upload it in their social media, and then they can make the event or moment that invite, for example, invite all students from many religions to celebrate Religion Day. And then this one is also taking action by the student. The main point is taking action means that they can share, they can have an empathy to others. Okay, so, okay, and then the last one is critical literacy help teacher make the revolutionary instructional method from banking approach to critical pedagogy. And then through a critical literacy lens, readers read while examining social and political issue within the text. And okay, and then another discussion by implementing critical literacy, student linguistic awareness, critical reading, and reader response ability will all be improved. And then it is also effective, give the student critical literacy topics. And then we have to take the curricula of teaching EFL reading to develop academic literacy, should incorporate linguistic, social, political, and cultural dimension of language. Okay, and then the last one, as the conclusion, is the four-dimension model that can be used to investigate the power, include how students perceive the identity, the missing voice, the contradictory perspective, the socio-political issue, and the unequal relationship. And then reading critically to reveal power in text seems necessary, which highlight the significance of speaker who can raise critical language awareness. And then the last one is EFL reading curricula interpret linguistic, social, political, and cultural dimension of language to cultivate academic literacy. Ultimately, CL or critical literacy transforms the classroom from banking to empower learning, where students think critically, challenge dominant narratives, and engage in meaningful discussion. Okay, thank you, Mbak Sifna, for listening to me. Okay, thanks for the time, Mbak Sifna.
Okay, thank you for your insightful presentation on how critical literacy can empower students to understand and challenge power through language. Okay, so now I call upon the third presenter, Mr. Didit Kurniadi. Okay, the time is yours.
Okay, Mbak, thank you so much. Allow me to share my screen, Mbak.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Is it audible, Mbak Safria?
Yes, sir.
All right. Just a minute. I will make it bigger. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, all. The Honorable Committee, presenters, and participants of ELT 2025. Okay, let me introduce myself before starting the presentation. My name is Didit Kurniadi. I am a lecturer and a student as well in Universitas Negeri Semarang. Here, my title is Itbaisa, a novel and sustainable approach for supporting EFL learners' English proficiency and digital literacy. So I am working with people that you know or perhaps know, Prof. Isi Yuliasri, Dr. Sri Wahyuni, and Zulfa Sakia, PhD. Okay, let me start the presentation. Here is my abstract. Okay, just a minute. Okay, here is the abstract. Okay, I think I don't need to read all the abstract here, but the keywords are digital literacy, English proficiency, IT-based integrated skills approach, or ITBAISA, and sustainability. So the study investigates the implementation of ITBAISA in a university level course by examining the perspectives of students and the teachers. Okay, let me start from the introduction. Okay. Here is the introduction, everyone. So let's talk about technology again. Technology enhances EFL learning by providing access to authentic resources, as mentioned by previous speaker, that one of the authentic resources is a text, but not only a text, but we can make a social media, YouTube, TikTok, and so on as resources for students to learn English. So by using technology, students also will have an engagement with the interactive tools and supporting 21st century skills such as digital literacy, critical thinking, and collaboration. Technology also offers flexible learning, like Purati said. Okay, we can learn inside of the classroom and outside of the classroom. And it also facilitates the integration of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Okay. Okay. Once again, traditional approaches are less effective, as told by Bu Indah, that, okay, never used anymore in real communication. They fail to prepare learners from authentic context and limit higher order cognitive engagement and do not meet 21st century demands. So that's why I propose this idea, Itpaisa. Okay, I do believe that most of you do not know Itpaisa itself because it is taken from the approach from Rebecca Oxford, professor in Alabama University in the USA, who found ISA. It is not Jesus, yeah. ISA means Integrated Skills Approach, and I combined this approach with technology enhanced from Sons, or his full name is John Baek-sung from South Korea, which is with digital literacy as his project. So SANS itself has 5 main aspects of digital literacy, like communication, collaboration, and so on until online safety. This ITPAISA aims to foster English proficiency and digital literacy. So what is the gap? And here is the gap. Much of the existing research examines either the role of technology in improving language proficiency or its contribution to developing digital literacy, but very few studies have systematically explored how these two goals can be achieved simultaneously within a coherent pedagogical framework, even AI. So these gaps underscore the need not only for empirical validation, but also for pedagogical innovation that is both scalable or can be measured and sustainable in the future. Next. So the method I used was mixed method. I took the instrument from Code and Milner. I adapted Code and Milner 2018, which is like a Likert scale, and I also I also give instruction to the teacher who teach by using this implementation, using diary, or it is called teacher reflections. And the respondents are the private, university students in Central Java. And the tools used were Padlet, Canva, Duolingo, Elsa Speak, ChatGPT, Kahoot, and other tools that I cannot mention one by one. And I use descriptive statistics and thematic analysis. Let us see the findings. The first finding from the first instruments that 80% positive responses across 19 items. They feel enjoyment and motivation through digital tools, and they improve their digital literacy by using the platforms. And for the proficiency or English proficiency, they improve their level of CEFI from A2 to B1 or even B1 to B2 CEFR level. And here is the depiction of the students' perceptions. So there are 19 items that I use for the questionnaire with 15 participants. Like number 1, I enjoy using ITPAISA. I like applying ITPAISA via web learning. I enjoy learning, and so on and so forth. As you can see on the right side, SAAND and ST, it means strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. You can see there are only 0 for disagree and strongly disagree column. And here is the other depiction. 33% strongly agree, and 48% students agree, and 17% students neutral. So I put many charts here to make the reader easier to read my article later on. And here is the thematic analysis. Thematically, it PISA foster enjoyment and motivation as more students feel more motivated to complete tasks using digital tools. It also enhanced digital literacy, with students increasingly able to design teaching media and demonstrate digital competence. Okay, and it promotes engagement and authenticity. In terms of language proficiency and TOEFL preparation, students reported improved skills and exam readiness, supported by CFR level gains. Finally, it encourage critical thinking and autonomy, with learners exploring new AI-based tools beyond classroom interaction.
2 more minutes.
Okay, Mbak Saf. Thank you for the reminders. And here is the figure or the table from the teacher reflections. So I divide the teacher reflections into 3 stages. The first is beginning, then the second is middle, and the last is the end of the semester. So I categorize them into 5 main themes. The first is instructional planning, then students' engagement and the challenges, progress in proficiency, and growth in digital literacy. So the implementation of it began with instructional planning and followed by student engagement. And unfortunately, okay, at the middle of the process, we found some challenges like, okay, the students feel bored with one of the tools like Duolingo because it was repetitive there. So it only stayed about 2 months to use one of the platforms. So we changed another platform for them to learn, and then observe progress. And in the last, we integrated Vue, confirmed it BISA as an effective, sustainable, and adaptable model for enhancing EFL learning in higher education. So Ibu Bapak, we can use other platforms to be used in this approach. So here is the discussion. Okay, I will skip it, Ibu Bapak. So here's the novelty from this approach, that it by itself is a combination between integrated skills approach from Oxford or Rebecca Oxford's theory with technology like digital literacy development, and it also integrates AI as part of classroom practice and providing multi-platform like Padlet, Canva, Duolingo, ChatGPT, etc., and many more that students can choose whatever they want. And it also not focus on a traditional book. And the sustainability of it by is shown through emphasis on digital literacy by Son's framework. And the most important thing is, in the last point here, that the model can be customized to different digital platforms and tools. Okay.
Sorry, sir, the time is up.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much, Mbak. Safna.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your great presentation. Now I call upon the 4 presenters. Miss Dila Karisma, the time is yours. But I think Miss Dila it can to share her screen because her internet is so low. So I will share her video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished colleagues and participants. It is my pleasure to be here at UNES International Conference on English Language Teaching, Literature, and Translation, ELTLT 2025. I am Dila Karisma, and together with my promoters, Ibu Zulfa Sahia and Ibu Yuliati. I will be presenting our research entitled Profiling Prospective EFL Teachers' Digital Literacies, Insights from Haig and Payton's Framework and Martin's Levels. This study explores how prospective EFL teachers develop and engage with digital literacy in their learning journey, and how this relates to their future roles as educators in the 21st century. Now, allow me to share the flow of my presentation. I will begin with a background of the study to set the context. Then I will highlight the research gap and explain the rationale behind conducting this research. After that, I will outline the objectives and research methods. Next, I will present the key findings, followed by the implication of those findings for teacher education. Finally, I will draw a conclusion before opening the floor for discussion. Let's go to the background of the study. In today's digital world, digital literacy has become indispensable for teachers. It is not only a technical requirement, but also a pedagogical necessity for EFL educators. In particular, digital literacy is essential in designing, engaging, creative, and safe learning environments for students who are themselves growing up as digital natives. The study draws on two theoretical frameworks. First, Haig and Payton, 2010, who conceptualized digital literacy across 8 dimensions, including functional skills, creativity, evaluation, communication, collaboration, cultural awareness, information searching, and also e-safety. Second, Martin, 2006, who frames digital literacy as a progressive journey consisting of 3 levels: competence or basic operational ability, usage or purposeful application, and transformation or the innovative integration of technology for pedagogical change. Talking about a research gap, while digital literacy has attracted growing scholarly attention, research focusing specifically on EFL teacher candidates remains limited. Very few studies have combined Haig and Payton's multidimensional framework with Martin's developmental levels. This dual approach is crucial because it captures not only the range of digital practices, but also the depth of teacher engagement with digital tools. Furthermore, most existing studies rely heavily on self-reported data. These studies suggest that while many prospective teachers, especially EFL teachers, can use digital tools functionally, there are clear gaps when it comes to creativity, critical evaluation, and especially transformative use. Talking about research rationale, this research is motivated by the idea that future teachers must be more than just competent users of digital tools. They need to integrate technology pedagogically, ethically, and creatively to prepare their students to, for the demands of the 21st century. By profiling the digital literacy of prospective EFL teachers, we can identify their strengths and weakness, which can directly inform curriculum design and teacher training programs. As such, profiling also provides insights into how teacher education can better support pre-service teachers or prospective teachers to develop transformative practices that go beyond basic usage. The objective of our study are fourfold. First, to profile the digital literacy of prospective EFL teachers. Second, to examine the digital literacy levels using Martin's three-stage model. Third, to identify areas of strength and weakness in relation to Haig and Payton's 8 dimensions. And fourth, to explore the distinction between level 2 or purposeful usage and level 3 or digital transformation. Through these objectives, we aim to provide a nuanced understanding of where prospective teachers currently stand and what support they need to advance. Let me revisit Martin's 3 levels of digital literacy. Level 1, competence, refers to basic technical skills such as operating devices and navigating simple applications. Level 2, usage, involves applying these skills in purposeful contexts. For example, using digital platforms for academic assignments or communication. And level 3, transformation, goes further as it involves using technology innovatively and pedagogically to redesign learning, foster collaboration, and create meaningful change in the classroom. Our analysis uses these 3 levels to categorize prospective teachers' digital literacy practices. Meanwhile, Haig and Payton's 8 dimensions over a complementary lens through their 8 dimensions of digital literacy. These include functional skills or ICT abilities, creativity, critical thinking and evaluation, cultural and social understanding, collaboration, communication, the ability to find and select information, and number 8 is e-safety. Together, these dimensions provide a holistic way to profile digital literacy in teacher education.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Miss Dila Karisma. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the question and answer session, and I give the time for the audience to ask question for the presenters. And you may ask the presenters directly, and it's also possible for a presenter to ask other presenters. Please keep the question in short. Thank you. There any question? Okay, if there are no questions, this is the end of the second parallel session, and I congratulate you all for having been successfully presenting the papers. And after this, all presenters and participants, please go to the main room to have the fifth plenary session with Dr. Novia Trisanti. Thank you.
Oke, Mbak
Thank you,
Safna.
Mbak Safna.
Okay, before leaving this room, I would like to ask you questions. Mbak Safna, how can we get the link of the exit ticket? Is there any, Miss Safna?
Uh, sorry, ticket for what?
Yeah, to get our certificates usually.
Oh, okay. After this, okay. After this, we will send to the Gmail. But
Oh, email, yeah,
wait
not
for the
chat.
next, yeah. Wait for the next information.
Okay, thank you, Miss Safna.
Okay, thank you.
Wah, ada pertanyaan tapi udah habis di chat. Oke.
Boleh dijawab Pak Didit kalau berkenan.
Alasannya apa ya? Karena menarik gitu. Ada there are 5 aspects that is interesting to use. Itu yang dari Mbak Dila atau Bu Dila gunakan itu yang apa tahun 2006 ya. Itu juga sudah pernah saya gunakan juga soalnya. Jadi saya pengen mencari perspektif yang lain dan ternyata punya sound menarik juga. Itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, there is also a questionnaire made by Sun to measure students digital literacy. Jadi ada kuesionernya juga itu, ada instrumennya yang sudah jadi. Sehingga saya mengadopsi kuesioner dari punya beliau untuk mengukur digital literacy dari uh, siswa. That's all, Bu Dila. Sudah
Oke,
ya.
terima kasih Pak Didi.
Can we leave
Bu
this
Dila, apa ada yang mau ditanyain lagi, Bu Dila? Oke, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oke, thank you. Bisa ke main room ya untuk mengikuti plenary yang kelima. Terima kasih.